that I intend to start living. And I won't pretend I'm good at forgiving. Well, I may hate you, though I have tried. Mhm. I do really, really love you. Love is stronger than pride. When a legend covers another legend. All right, so I wanted to come on here and talk about the whole 21 Savage situation. So these are the reasons why I don't support nor do I care about the 21 Savage situation. I'm gonna start with, for example, in high school I had a lot of immigrant friends. I had an immigrant girlfriend before. They both were from Jamaica, and I had a couple friends from other places. But so she came over here because her grandmother came over here legally, and then her father got over here legally, and then he sent for his two children legally. Now, she's always told me, that she does enjoy the country and the fruits of the labors of this country, and she does enjoy being here, but she always misses home, and her main goal is to, was to get here, get the education, get a college degree, get, work, and then send money back home to take care of her mom, then eventually, just go back home. So she never had intentions on staying, and that's no problem. If you want to come over here and make money, you send money back to your family. That's fine, but legally. So she's not over here legally. Nobody, she was brought over here. Same age as 21 Savage. But they made sure she got her citizenship. And I remember when we would talk about elections and stuff like that, she would always say, not that I don't have opinions or not that, I'm saying I don't care, but I'm not American nor can I vote, so I don't really have a stake in it. And it's kind of like the same thing with Azealia Banks did when she called out Rihanna, and she's like, you're so involved in our political affairs, but you're not American. At the end of the day, you can always go back home. Like, this is a American thing, like, if you're not American, basically, shit it. But so getting to the 21 Savage story, it just doesn't make sense. So I'm going to start with this. You see how the Democrats, they had the whole, Justice Smollett story. It turned out to be a hoax, and you had people like Kamala Harris and other politicians, the people, supporting him and calling it out and calling out the racist hate Trump supporters. And then we find out the shit was all a hoax. And now nobody wants to talk about it. So how do we not know that the 21 Savage being arrested for being an illegal immigrant, how do we know this is not all just another hoax in order to get people to focus on immigration? How do we not know that? Because again, if you are a normal immigrant, you know the immigration laws, you know what the process is. And if he was brought over at age 13, how is it that he has never gotten citizenship? So you mean to tell me he was going to schools, how was he getting jobs, and then he became a rap superstar. So how can you be a rap superstar, traveling, booking shows, going here and there, leaving the country, and you don't have a green card, like you don't have American birth certificate, you don't have social security card. If you're an American, you know how hard it is to do any fucking thing in America without your documents. So you mean to tell me you have a illegal immigrant who is a rap superstar who has been making music for years, and now all of a sudden, they didn't know he wasn't American. Oh, he's from, Britain, oh, this is an issue, let's detain him. Like, it just don't sound right. I don't understand. And it's not saying that I'm in support of ISIS. It's not saying that I don't support immigrants. But what I'm saying is something about this story, just like the Justice Smollett story, doesn't make sense. But are we going to point out the fault in the story like we did the Justice Smollett story? Because again, I know it's not just me. Like, it can't just be me. Like, nothing about this makes sense. You can't be a rap superstar booking shows, making money. Like, oh, so where was this money being paid to? You need a social security card number for money to be paid to, unless you're just getting paid under the table all the time. And I highly doubt that. You can't perform on TV shows and venues and stuff and get paid under the table. There's contracts and things like that. So how are you making, like, how is all of that possible and you are not an American citizen? Somebody explain. And then, so he gets arrested, he gets detained, and then they expect foundational black Americans, descendants of American chattel slavery, American descendants of slaves, to rally around his immigrant ass, and his parents' fault or whoever's fault it was that he did not get citizenship. And then my thing is he's too old at this point to not have citizenship. Way too old, way too old. So I don't understand. Like they said, they keep saying he was brought over here at 13. Like, it just don't make any sense. So like, so he went to high school. I'm guessing he went to elementary school. Did he go to college? And again, you can't. How are you making money with no documentation? And then the story came out. Oh, it expired. He was trying to get it renewed. So how long was he trying to get it renewed? Because if you were already, if you already had papers, the renewal process is not that hard. Again, I have immigrant friends. And Shimoy would be absent for one day, and she would go down to the immigration office to renew her paper. So again, like if you have immigrant friends or if you were, involved and you talk to them, you know that this shit sounds like bullshit. So again, I can't rally around and support. And then people are, acting like, he's a martyr of hip hop, like he's a Nas, like he's a, a Tribe Called Quest. He's, like he's, some type of great black artist that we must protect. His hip hop music, well, not even gonna call it hip hop. His rap trap music is trash. His lyrics are trash, defensive to women, black women too. Like so it's not like like it's not positive. It's just his music is negative, and then people, oh, because he switched up the lyrics one time and talked about ISIS, so they're targeting him. Now y'all believe in conspiracy theories? Why do people only believe in conspiracy theories when it involves somebody that they like or their favorite? If this was anybody else, nobody would believe that, it was a conspiracy, they're targeting him. I don't think he's being targeted. I think that this is some sort of setup to get people to focus on and pay more attention to the immigration laws. And, again, a lot of these new people running and talking points and these people that are pulling ahead of black America are not foundational black Americans. They are immigrants. They are first, second generation. Roland Martin is not a descendant of American slavery. Neither is Kamala Harris. Neither is the Cortez woman. None of these people represent foundational black Americans or foundational Americans, period. Where are the foundational Americans? We do not have time for immigrants to, push immigrants into office so they can push their agendas and then forget about foundational black Americans. That's not happening. That's not happening. And again, it's not to say I don't support immigrants. Again, I have immigrant friends. I sound like a white racist. But no, seriously, I have immigrant friends. And, but what I'm saying is I can't support something that obviously, it just doesn't make sense. If somebody can point it out to me, like if he did an interview and explain his whole process thoroughly, that would be great because at this point, that's all I need. Because if he was targeted, like people are saying, then that is unfair. But I just don't believe that he was targeted. And again, how can you be a rap superstar making all this money traveling the world and you don't have any documentation? You're not even an American citizen. And then, people, I just don't get it. So again, I'm not in support of immigrants trying to take over and replace foundational Black Americans. It's just not cool. So and again, he's doing foundational Black American music and it's not even positive. So rally around what, save what, you know what I'm saying?